Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. My name is Bronte. This week is the video that quite a few of you asked for about my Commonplace book. So that is what we're gonna do. I've got a fresh cup of coffee. I have my copy of the Journals of Sylvia Plath and a few other bits here that I want to talk about. I've got a list. And I thought I would also talk through like the basic tools I like to use for commonplacing. It's nothing groundbreaking, but yeah, I thought I'd share that stuff as well. So that's the video. So I'm definitely going to cut out some of my writing because otherwise this video is going to take, or it's going to be like a million years long, and I don't feel like you guys are necessarily interested in watching me write things out longhand, like in real time. So instead of like having loads of kind of like sped up sections and having to find some kind of music-y stuff for the background, I think what I'll do instead is just cut the middle of my writing portions out. So, okay, let's start with tools for commonplacing. Basically, you don't need much of anything at all. You need something you want to write about or you want to copy out, obviously. But the only things that I really need to have it or to use in my Commonplace book are my pen and a pencil. I have the Uni Jetstream. That's what I've written in here with, and I really love this pen. I do all my journaling and planning with this pen as well, or with the Uni Jetstream, not this specific one. I have quite a few different ones. This is a refill because I think this is going to run out soon. And then the pencil I have is a retractable one from Staedtler. It's the Mars Technico. It's a mechanical pencil that has a really quite a thick lead. My dad got me this for Christmas last year and it's really nice. It's quite a very soft lead. Yeah, I really like this pencil and I've been using this to draw in margins. Now, if you don't want margins, you don't have to draw them in, but I'll explain why I think having margins is really beneficial for me personally. So yeah, oh, and the other thing is tabs. These are like really cheapy ones, but I have all sorts of like, I have kind of a little like motley assortment of paper tabs. Yeah, whatever. I think these tiny ones are from Muji, and then probably everything else is from Daiso, because my boyfriend always brings me tabs back when he goes to America, and that's always very greatly received, or very well received by me. I just realised I put them away. We might need them. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of all you really need. Let me just move this big book. So my Commonplace book is an A5 Stalogy notebook. I really like this book. It's very minimal inside. It's got quite a faint grid, so I have to say if I'm writing in a slightly dimmer light, sometimes my writing will go a bit astray. I also really like the Stalogy because it has like a margin in the book. The grid does not go to the edges of the page, and for me, a notebook needs that. I think something with the grid going right to the edge does something weird to my brain, and I find it looks quite messy. So the Stalogy, yeah, it's kind of perfect for me. I'm really pleased I gave this a try, because I've always looked at them and thought maybe, but anyway, this one is great, and I'm really pleased with it. So it's A5 size. This is the green cover, which is exclusive to Yoseka stationery. I picked this up when I was in New York. I actually got this in Yoseka's shop. So it was a bit of a souvenir item as well as a fun purchase, I suppose. I've decorated the cover with stickers. Obviously, you don't need to do that, but I have. The inside cover also has a couple of stickers from Megan Rhiannon and Georgia Journals. I just got this fossils sticker from Georgia, and immediately I knew it had to go in this front cover. I love it so much. Yeah, I also have a little sticky pocket here with some star stickers and this Labubu tag, just because he's sat there looking at me. He's saying, write in your Commonplace book. So here I have a list of things that I wanted to add into this book. I've now made a second list. So we'll talk about that in a second. I did go through this book in my previous video, but let's just go back through. I have quite a lot of knitting things in this book because I am a knitter and my brain is always ticking over with ideas or like things I see and want to do. So yeah, but mainly this book is quotes. So I have loads from Hungerstone by Kat Dunn because I don't know, this book just like scratched an itch in my brain and I absolutely loved it. So one of my goals for this year is to copy out the quotes of at least 3 books and to kind of do some like a brief analysis of those books. So I did a little bit of kind of writing about the characters and like ideas I had about the book or like my thoughts about the book. And I haven't done this since I did my A-levels. I did English literature at A-level and we did a lot of this stuff obviously, and I have not kind of used that part of my brain for quite a long time, or at least I haven't set it down on paper, you know, like I was thinking these things but I haven't for a very long time set it down on paper, and it was just really fun and yeah, I got really into it. So I will be doing that for more books. I have some notes about some like a reading challenge here. This is a mood board. We've got home inspiration, and then we move mainly to quotes. I have Sylvia Plath's Letters Home, which is the collection of letters that she wrote specifically to her mother. There are like there's 2 volumes of her collected letters, which is like all of her letters, but Letters Home are the ones that she specifically wrote to her mum, and I believe it was edited by her mum and she wrote a foreword as well. So yeah, there's something about those that I particularly like because obviously, you know, between a mother and a daughter the letters are more personal somehow, like kind of, I was gonna say conspiratorial, that's not the right word, but anyway, I think you get what I'm saying. So I accidentally skipped these 2 pages when what I did was I meant to put this article directly after this, but I accidentally skipped this double page. So I just filled it up with this writing. I have the article and then we go back to Letters Home. And that's kind of what I've been doing now with the journals, because this is an absolute behemoth of a book. There's no way I could have sat down and copied out all of these quotes in one sitting, in like one big block in this book. So I've been breaking them up. So we've got Letters Home, some other notes that I made on kind of reading techniques, and some notes about Virginia Woolf and her notebooks. This was prompted because Sylvia Plath writes quite a lot about how Virginia Woolf's work has really influenced her. So yeah, I was interested in how Virginia Woolf kept her notebooks. Also, if you hear the wind in the background, I'm very sorry. It's incredibly windy today. We have like a weather warning for the wind. But at least the sun is shining. Okay, so after Virginia Woolf, we go back to Sylvia Plath, and now I'm onto the journals. So these are her like personal writings that were for herself. So they're quite different to the letters. She's obviously much more like honest about things. She's not sugarcoating things or kind of like filtering as much. So that's interesting. Yes, so I do a little bit of decoration in here just because sometimes I feel like it and sometimes I don't really feel like it. But yeah, I think having a little bit of something is nice for me because I have so many stickers. so I haven't talked about my margins yet. Let me talk about that now. I use the margins, I draw them in, it's 8 grid squares wide. This is a 4mm grid, and it's 8 grid squares wide, and it goes from top to bottom, and I use the margins for notes that are these are my notes about this stuff. So here, for example, I wrote something that's like, you know, they're not like groundbreaking or anything, it's just like things that I'm thinking about as I'm writing this quote. So here there was a quote about her being tired, and I wrote, Sylvia Plath and tiredness is a big vibe. She seemed to struggle with being tired a lot of the time, but still worked so hard. So, you know, that was just something I was thinking about and that I found quite relatable, the being tired part. So yeah. And what else? I guess when I was doing the Hungerstone quotes, I was writing, I guess here I was writing that this phrase was reminiscent of another phrase from a different book by the same author. Here, food is a metaphor for vampirism. And then, yeah. So I'm not an academic, you know, it's not groundbreaking, but I'm having a lot of fun. So there's more knitting inspiration, so we break up the journals. Knitting inspiration. When I'm writing these quotes, I just try and make sure that I stop at a point where I've basically filled up a page. So I can kind of turn the page and then go to something new without wasting too much of the page, if that makes sense. Fish, knitting inspiration, and then Greek alphabet, and then we go back to the journals of Sylvia Plath. So here, look, I drew this line because we swapped something else. But then, yeah, I guess I've been breaking the pages up a little bit more. So this article, obviously, I didn't want to fit them both on the same page, and so I just kind of drew a line through halfway through the page, I suppose, and then kept writing. And then this is where we are. I put this fish washi tape here from Grumpy Nook because it's just underneath this quote about reading Moby Dick. Yeah, here. I'm whelmed and wondrous at the swimming, biblical and craggy Shakespearean cadences. I don't know, the way that she phrases things is really amazing. So this morning, I had a little bit of spare time before I started this video, and I started more quotes here. So I think what I'll do is continue. I actually stopped partway through a sentence here, so that's no good. I need to find my place there. And I stopped partway through a sentence, let me show you, partly because I got an email. Okay, so here, this is at the point I am at. We're in 1958, when she was a teacher at Smith, which was her old university. And I wrote a quote previously about how she's been teaching a class about Yeats, and then this quote I'm now copying out is about like how she's been rereading his poems, and here it says, I think the reason why my favourite poems of my own are the disquieting muses and On the Decline of Oracles. And then I've put, is because they have, and then I stopped, but it is, they have that good lyrical tension, crammed speech and music at once, brain and beautiful body at once. So I immediately got distracted and went to get my copy of the collected poems of Sylvia Plath, which this is a super old edition. I got this in a charity shop. But I went to find the Disquieting Muses and On the Decline of Oracles. So I might copy those in here as well, because I'm just interested in that comparison. But I don't think I'm going to do that today. But I'm glad that I've spotted that. And I guess that's why I underlined that quote in here. Also, I will say these tabs, I have color-coded them. The yellow is like a general quote, like something that's just not a specific thing. And then the purple about the clothes that she wore, and the green of food. So there's like a big theme in her journals, particularly of her talking about her outfits, which I think is amazing and kind of weirdly modern as well. And then talking about the things that she cooked, because even though, you know, she wrote what she did, it's kind of like, and that she was the person that she was also very like preoccupied with being like a wife and a mother, and I suppose that's like symptomatic of the time that she lived, but I kind of find that's an interesting juxtaposition as well. I'm sure people who are much cleverer than me have written about it, but yeah, there's a lot of mention to food, or of food, sorry, and it always makes me hungry, and it always makes me want to cook, which is maybe a little bit bizarre, but there we are. Okay, so let's finish this quote and then we'll move on. And what I'm going to do, I've got some highlighted that I have been skipping, copying out, but I will move on to my next quote that I want to copy out, and then I'll explain why I'm putting that in here, and we'll go along like that. So yes, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so that's that done. I should have mentioned as well, I'm also putting page numbers, because if I want to find this again and kind of go back to it, or like see what context this has been pulled out of, I can. Okay, so the ones that I have copied out, I am moving the tab down to the top or the bottom of the page. I think I'll put this at the top because it's nearer the top. Okay, so here, I've got this quote highlighted. This is about her having like period cramps, which is something she talks about quite regularly as well. I'm not going to copy that one out, but I'll read this to you because I think it's interesting. Is it that sedentary blue-stockinged ladies have come so far down from the beast state that they must pay by hurt, as the little mermaid had to pay when she traded her fishtail for a girl's white legs? Okay. Okay, so I like this quote here. I'm going to put this one in. Today, cold, after thickening rain last night, cold and sunny. It seems I've been running about all day, more and more tired in the morning. I can't necessarily explain why I'm going to put these in, but it just speaks to me. So there we go. So the next quote we have highlighted is something about her buying new tops to wear to renew my teaching wardrobe, she says. I'm probably not going to put that one in because I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to put that one in. Okay, here's a nice one. We woke in darkness, the sky a memory of orange light, and had tea. Toasted tuna sandwiches and some excellent canned peaches. This made me want to get canned peaches. I swear, the first time I read this, I literally went out and bought canned peaches because I remembered how much I like them as well. Okay, my handwriting's going a bit awry, but we'll deal with that. So now here she's writing about what she's reading, which I always find really interesting as well. I'm just seeing if she's written about that. No. Okay. So she says, I am going on with the wings of the dove and ravenously devouring a 1,000-page anthology of magnificent folk and fairy tales of all nations. My mind again repeopling itself with magics and monsters. I cram them in. That's great. I love that. So, okay, I just spelled repeopling wrong, so I'm also going to use correction tape. I don't do that with my journal, but with this I like it to look neat, so. Okay. So now I just have like there's two rows before, 2 lines before the bottom of the page. So I don't know whether to start a quote on the very bottom row or just turn the page. I think what I'm actually going to do is stop these quotes here because we've reached the bottom of the page very nicely, and move on to do something else so you can see me do something else, or like write about something else as well. So I have my laptop open here because I really wanted to put in the lyrics to I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers because it's one of my favorite songs, and I think the lyrics are just really amazing. I think her lyrics are really amazing and quite poetic. So I have pulled them up on Google. It's quite long, but we'll see how far I can get, or like how long it takes me. Okay, so I'm using also this Pentel brush sign pen to write in titles. So here, these are all written in with this specific pen. This is the color is called dark brown. This song almost does read like a poem, so it's kind of nice to put this in. Okay, woo, that took me a while, but that's done now, that's good. I just want to actually grab my pencil board, which is an excellent ruler. This is a Hobonichi A6 one from the collection with Tomotaru Makino. Yeah, I just want to underline some things because there's some like imagery in this song that I really like. Okay, so I think I would quite like to add some stickers to this page, but first I will draw a line in here. Okay, so yeah, what do I want to add in? Maybe something ghosty. Because of this line, a haunted house with a picket fence. I just really like that as an image. There's also stuff in this song about it's a government drone or an alien spaceship. And I do have this perfect little alien sticker from Hariko Bear, which I was not sure where I was going to use. So let's use him. And then something ghosty. Maybe. Maybe I could use this sticker from Killer Views. This gives me haunted house vibes. That's cute. Okay. Then okay, let's just put this away. Okay, and then I just want to write something in the margin on this side, because this line, a bird in your teeth, I really want a tattoo that has that, and I just want to make a note about that. Not that I'll probably forget, but whatever. So I've just done these 2 dots, and I'm going to connect them with my pencil board with a line in a second, like I've done here, you know. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm glad I put those in. So this video is looking really long for me, not as long for you. There are some quotes I want to put in that are on my Kindle, but my hand is honestly kind of hurting, so I don't know if I'm going to do much copying. But I do have this article in here, or that I want to put in here, but it's not going to fit on this page. Okay, I'm going to save that. I have this book that my boyfriend found for me, like, at a car boot sale. I'm sure it was at the car boot sale. An album for freshwater fish. So it has these Brooke Bond picture cards in, which I have loads of these cards that I've also got at the car boot sale. These are Wild Birds in Britain, this series. But this, I've never seen a book made for the cards specifically. So these came with boxes of tea. And I guess they were a big collectible thing. I don't really know when this is from. There's no dates on it or anything. But it does say, oh no, sorry, coffee. It says 2 cards in each half-pound tin of Brooke Bond pure and French coffee. Oh, and a card is given free in all packets of Brooke Bond tea. Okay, I don't know when Britain stopped using pounds and ounces, so this is probably quite old. And yeah, somebody has filled it up with the cards that they collected. I have no idea what the frick the glue they used is, because some of them come off quite easily and some of them are like, they are in here. So it's kind of lovely as an item, and I almost want to disassemble it, but also I don't, because it's so nice as it is. So I just had that next to me as like an idea, basically. It looks like you could kind of send off for the books to put your, oh no, picture card order form. You could send off for the cards if you couldn't collect them all. I think that's cute. So yeah, maybe I'll just leave that. I kind of want to do something with it, but also, yeah, I kind of want to leave it whole. So I'm just going to drink some more coffee. Okay, so next up, I've just grabbed my Kindle and I have some quotes from A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. There's actually not very many, and I still haven't finished the book, so I'll probably have more to add. But yeah, I have this as an advanced reader's copy. It is due out in April. So unfortunately, you're going to have to wait, but it's worth the wait. It's the sequel to The Tainted Cup, and it's fantastic. I loved The Tainted Cup. I also had that as an advanced reader's copy. So when I saw the like call out whatever for A Drop of Corruption for advanced readers, I was really excited and applied immediately, and was lucky to get approved, I guess because I'd read the first one, I don't know, or because I had read the advanced copy of the first one. Anyway, okay, so this book series is kind of like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like kind of eco horror. It's like a whodunit, but set in like a really kind of strange fantasy world, and it tends to be that a lot of these crimes that the 2 people are investigating are kind of perpetrated by very unusual methods. So in The Tainted Cup, people are poisoned and it causes like a incredibly invasive species of grass to grow out of them, like trees. And obviously, you know, they die. And the two main characters are kind of part of an investigative arm of this empire, and they have to investigate what's happened. And then this one, A Drop of Corruption, is kind of it starts as like a locked room mystery, but it's going way further than that, and it's really just so good. I think after I finish this video, I'm actually gonna read some more because, oh yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so I'm just gonna write down the title here. Sadly, there are no page numbers because this is an advanced reader's copy. They tend not to have page numbers because it's like a proof copy that you're given. But still, I will still put these in. Okay, and then this next one I'm gonna put in is from one of the main characters, Anna, who's kind of the superior in the team. She's kind of she's in charge. The book is told from the perspective of her colleague, who she is the superior of. His name is Din, and it's written in the first person. So he says I, and yeah, Anna is amazing, and she's very sweary and funny, and like a genius. It's quite like a Sherlock Holmes and Watson sort of relationship, I suppose. But yeah, this next one is kind of sweary, and I just like, I've been highlighting quite a few of these quotes of her speech because it's just really funny, and they make me chuckle. So I'm gonna put those in as well. Okay, those are the quotes I have so far from A Drop of Corruption. Yeah. Okay, then I do want to put this article in here. I'm just gonna trim it down though. I don't want to put all of this scrappiness in here too, so let's just quickly do that, and then I'm gonna wrap this video up because I am feeling quite tired now. Okay, that fits in here nicely, and I want to leave this like the florally illustration because I think that's pretty. That's definitely not straight though. That's annoying. Okay. Ugh, we can't have it perfect because it's not going to be perfect. Okay. Okay. Oh no, I've used up my glue stick. Okay. That was really good. I need to get a new one. This tape roller sometimes rips these magazine pages, so that's why I was using the glue. the like Pritt sticky glue. So obviously now there's this gap here, which I can either leave blank or put something small in there, or just like put a sticker. There is a case of where I kind of used here that was quite a big-ish gap. There too. But that's obviously much bigger. So maybe what I'll do is I will start writing here and then skip over this and start on the next page. The margins are not drawn in now. I've used up all of my drawn margin pages, so I'll have to go through and draw margins in some more. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because I've been filming for like way over an hour and I need to edit and I need to do some admin stuff. So yeah. Thank you. I hope this was useful. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this was super boring, but I hope you could gain something from this. And if you would like to see more of my Commonplace book, please do let me know. Yeah, next week I don't know what the video will be. It might be my January recap actually. Yeah, probably my January recap in my planners and my journals and stuff. But yeah, okay. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I'm very, very grateful to you all, and I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye.